We live. Welcome to the Logic Sphere. I am your host, TipTycity. And today we're going to talk about Ripple XRP lawsuit with the SEC and the latest news with Mr. William Hinman. The William Hinman deposition. That's what we're going to talk about. So strap on in, hit the like button on the way in. All right. I'm gonna get some things together while y'all come in. Make sure y'all hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share it with your people. All right. We here, man. Y'all put is the sound coming through clear? Y'all let me know what we sounding like. Let me know what we sounding like. Speaking of sharing the stream, I need to share the stream myself. Yeah, I got we got some good news and some bad news. We got yeah, we got some more situations going on. We got Bitcoin maximalists out here. We got Bitcoin maximalists out here still in denial, but you know how that go. You know how that go. Rocco, what's happening? Mike, what's happening? What is going on? What is going on? All right. All right. Now, I'm going to break down the William Hinman deposition with this case. All right. I know it could get a lot, not even a little confusing, a lot confusing because it's a lot of moving parts with this case. All right. It's actually, technically, it's two different cases. There's a case for Ripple, the company. Then there's a case, individual cases for Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. All right. Brooke, what's happening? Most, what's happening? Vaughn, what's happening? Yeah, we here. So let me do this. All right. I want to. Okay, let's start with this. Who is William Hinman? All right, let's do that. Let's start with who is William Hinman in the first place. All right. Who is William Hinman in the first place? Let's do this. What up, JP? What up, Vaughn? Let's get over here one time. Let's get over here one time. There we go. This is William Hinman. The man on the screen is William Hinman. He's the center of all this madness right now. Uh-oh. Now, the thing with William Hinman is William Hinman was the head of the SEC, right? the federal agency that is now suing Ripple. Now, why is it important that Hinman comes up in a deposition. Why does Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and Chris Larson need him to speak in this case? All right. Well, I'm going to show you why. All right. Once again, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button. Right? This right here, this is another epic cryptocurrency blockchain new world financial expose. He said XRP, XLM, XDC, which is the best, or get all three? Vaughn, get all three. And get some Solana and some IOTA. All right. Now, can y'all see that? Is the screen big enough? What up, Laro? What up, Laro? Let me see if I can blow this up so y'all can see it. Now, I want y'all to read this piece right here, okay? William Hinman was named the director of the Division of Corporate Finance. All right. The division seeks to ensure that investors are provided with material information in order to make informed investment decisions, provides interpretive assistance to companies with respect to SEC rules, and make recommendations to the commission regarding new and existing rules. All right. So it was his job to make sure that companies were operating within the SEC rules. All right. Not only making sure that companies were in compliance with the SEC, but it was also his job to help them in regards to new laws and existing rules. Okay. Now peep the background. Peep the background. Before serving at the commission, Mr. Hinman was a partner in Silicon Valley office of Simpson, Thatcher, and Bartlett Limited Liability Partners. All right. This is important. This is important. Simpson Thatcher, remember that, where he practiced in the corporate finance group. He has advised issuers and underwriters in capital raising transactions and corporate acquisitions in a wide range of industries, including technology, e-commerce, and the life sciences. Now, for you tinfoil fitted hat, life sciences mixed with e-commerce and technology. Even I was a little weirded out by that, but that's neither here nor there. All right. Now, let's continue on. Now, Mr. William Hinman, okay, is on record saying this. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
You said in your speech that neither Bitcoin nor Ether would be considered securities and thus not under the purview of the SEC. Can you very briefly explain what your reasoning is?
If you didn't hear what he just said, he said...
So you said in your speech that...
In your speech...
Neither
Bitcoin or Ethereum are seen as securities under the purview of the SEC.
Bitcoin nor Ether would be considered securities and thus not under the purview of the SEC. Can you very briefly explain what your reasoning is?
Sure, Bob. These are complex facts and circumstances tests, but...
Fair use. Now, remember what I just told you. He's in charge of making sure companies are within the regulatory framework of the SEC. Once again, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share with your people. What up, Mo? Now, what up, Jeremiah? So let me go ahead and break this down. Oh, and I have to say this because I keep getting this comment in the comment section where people are asking me, why am I interrupting the video so much? I have to interrupt the video enough within a certain time limit or else I'll get hit with a copyright strike. All right. I just got back off of a 3-month suspension for copyright. And that's why, you know, I know, trust me, I know I want to let it run, but I have to keep running it back and then playing it. Sometimes it's a good point to just reiterate what is being said, but it helps with the copyright strikes. So whenever you got CNBC on the screen, you know, it turns into an issue. So what up, Rain God? What up, Mo? What up, TOP? Yeah, we here. All right, let me continue on. Now, I'm gonna break down the significance of what's being said here about Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right.
When we look at Bitcoin or if we look at Ether and the highly decentralized nature of the networks, we don't see a third-party promoter where applying the disclosure regime would make a lot of sense. So we're comfortable in some sort of viewing these as items that.
Now, remember what he said. We don't see a third-party promoter. They're decentralized. They don't have a third-party promoter. Now, this is true for Bitcoin. All right. This is not true for Ethereum. And I'm going to show you why and how here in a little bit.
Don't have to be regulated as securities.
Now, you also talked about initial coin offerings or ICOs, which are ways of raising money using cryptocurrencies. Did you use
fair use?
A similar reasoning? You implied that most seem to be securities, ICOs, but some of them are not. Can you just show us what the difference is simply?
Now, what he's referring to is what's called ICO. Okay. ICO is the initial coin offering, right? This was used during the last bull run where new projects would come out, and what they would do is they would offer the coins for initial investors. So a lot of people a lot of millionaires was made off of the ICOs. Now, the ICOs happen without regulation, okay? The ICOs happen without regulations. So there's an issue with ICO projects. And the issue is when you raise money with the intentions to fund a company, you are in this gray area of is it a security or is it not? Again, there's no regulatory framework there to say yes or no, right? This is a new class of assets and there is no regulation on it. All right. Bamify Bama, what's happening, bro? See the crypto gang in here, man. What's up with y'all? Yeah, so I'm walking y'all through this because I know a lot of you guys are new to what's going on, the legal aspects of this Ripple case, and I wanna break this down. So the guy you're listening to, the guy on the right, is a guy named Bill Hinman. He was over the SEC before his predecessor took place. All right. So we're going to continue. All right.
I wish we had a simple way to say this is in and this is out. As I mentioned, there are usually facts and circumstances tests, but a key factor is there a third-party promoter here?
Now keep in mind, keep saying third-party promoter.
Who knows much more about the instrument than investors might? If that's the case, that's sort of
who knows more than the initial investor might.
An initial indicator that we might have a securities transaction. If people are buying it for investment and for a return and looking to that party for a return, then again, that's an indicia of a security.
Now, if people are looking for a return on the investment, that is a security. All right. Believe you me, people were investing in initial coin offerings looking for a return. Make no mistake about it. All right.
If you have, on the other hand, a token that's just used in the network for a good or service, and that's why people are buying it, and that service is available and up and running, not under development, then you may not have a security.
Now, understand what he just said. If the coin is used as part of the network, and the language is clear, again, this guy came from Thatcher, a big legal firm. Now, you have to listen to what he's saying here. He understands that he's moving in a gray area because
Mr. Hinman Kelly
have a security. Not under development, then you may not have a security.
You may not. Understand the words may not. You may not have a security.
Mr. Hinman Kelly here, just to be clear, does that mean if stocks didn't have a third-party promoter, they wouldn't be securities?
Well, as you know, Kelly, stocks represent an interest in an enterprise where there's a management team, and it's really whenever you're buying a stock or a bond.
Now, understand what she just asked him. Would that mean that a third party would be it will have to have a third party for stocks, traditional stocks? And what he said was, yes, the stocks represent a company with a team with representation. Now, again, that is not Bitcoin. All right. This is Ethereum. All right. Ethereum has, of course, Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum. And then they have what they call the Ethereum Foundation behind it. All right. Now, we're going to continue.
You're relying on that management team. Those are the third-party efforts we're talking about, where someone is creating value for you, you're passive, and you're expecting their efforts to generate a return.
Right. So you're depending on the efforts of a team to bring you a return. Right? This is how he's defining a security. Now, these definitions were set a long time ago with something that they would call, I believe it's called the Howey test, right? Y'all can look that up. It had to do with land and some other commodity or something, but that's how they came up with the base definition of a security. Now, A Truism said, what about the Bitcoin Foundation? Yeah, the Bitcoin Foundation, nobody owns Bitcoin. It's governed through, like, it's strictly governed through the network. Like, there is no office for Bitcoin. There is no headquarters. There is no, like, that is one of the features of Bitcoin, which is why I'm not very long on Bitcoin. All right. Now, let's continue on.
So just to be clear, for example, a book of the month club that we're joining on an ICO or a golf club membership, we're not expecting any financial gain there. That would not be considered a security. Am I right?
Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Fair enough. If you have that system up and running, if you have someone promoting the next golf course and is selling interests, and the architect and the land and all the key items aren't there yet, and you buy 25 memberships, that may be an investment. You're looking for a return on that.
Now, understand what he just explained with this golf course. That is Ethereum. All right. That is Ethereum. Ethereum was promoted as a new golf course, and you can buy the Ethereum, and you are looking for a return. All right.
On the other hand, if you go down the road and you buy an investment or you buy a membership in a club that's up and running and you just use it to play a round of golf, that's probably just a good old golf membership.
Right. So exactly what he said. If the funds were used to start the golf course, just like the funds were used to start Ethereum, this is what Ripple is banking on. Okay. This is what Ripple is banking on. Pretty much what this guy is saying. So Ripple has pretty much summoned this guy to take the stand on what he said while he was at the SEC, because Ripple has done so much business during this time that there is no way he could know about Bitcoin and Ethereum and not know about what's going on with Ripple and XRP. All right. What's up, D-Champ? I'm explaining the Bill Hinman deposition that's coming up on the 19th for the Ripple case. That's what we're talking about right now. All right.
You and Jay Clayton, the head of the SEC, have been very adamant that you are not going to change the definition of securities laws to fit this new technology. One of the points you made in your speech was the concern.
Now, him and Jay Clayton. Now, keep in mind, Jay Clayton, and a guy named Mark Berger. I'm going to bring up all these names here in a little bit. All these guys are players in the SEC during this time. All right.
About the fraud that was out there in this space. Are you seeing significant fraud?
We do certainly see cases where people are trying to repackage an investment opportunity as a coin or a token. And
so that's exactly what started to happen. Because understand, XRP was already out. Okay. XRP was already a coin already called Open Coin. XRP did not have an ICO. All right. Now, you did start to see changes being made. One of the changes that you started seeing was the 1-inch setups. You started seeing the Uniswap setups, because that's how they introduced new projects during this bull run to go around the ICO. Okay. That's that's what happened this time. But man, let me tell you, By the time I caught on to ICOs in the last bull run, it was already over with, man. And y'all have no idea. That ICO boom made millionaires. Okay, this is why I tell y'all you have to be aware of the trends, right? Because the ICOs was like DeFi is now, like NFTs is now, like regulations is about to be. You got to follow these trends. You got to see what's coming. And I didn't see ICOs. I had just came in, you know what I'm saying? All I knew was exchanges and all that. I didn't know about upcoming ICOs, how to get into them and whatnot, because during that time, it was just crazy money. We talking about stupid money. All right. And I may play this clip from the Ethereum fundraiser. The Ethereum fund, like one Bitcoin got you like 1,000 Ethereum at the time. I think Bitcoin was like $80 or something like that. Can you imagine getting 1,000 Ethereum for $80? Anyways, but that those are the types of moves that was going on back then. You know, there was no crypto YouTube going on. Like, people just wasn't on to it like that back then. That's where you get all these crazy stories. I'm gonna show y'all a crazy story about Ethereum. This dude bought Ethereum at super early, and the price dropped on him, and he doubled down and bought more. Like, I'm gonna play that later. Not on this stream, no. But let me keep this moving.
Saying that somehow because it's labeled that way, it's not an investment security. And in many cases, we have seen people doing that where the underlying enterprise is not a solid investment opportunity. It's been misrepresented.
Fair use, fair use, fair use. Again, he's talking about the representation of the underlying asset. So if you bought a share or a stock or a token or a coin, that you still have to be responsible for how you represent that to the public. Okay, this is how he's defining what is a security and what is not, what they should have jurisdiction on. Okay.
So we do see fraud, and we do see it being packaged up this way. On the other hand, we think there's an enormous amount of promise in the distributed ledger technology and
DLT, distributed ledger technology. Right? It never went away.
Blockchain technology, and we meet frequently with legitimate parties here really trying to do something innovative, and we're trying to help them navigate the securities laws as they do so.
Now, distributed ledger technology, y'all have to understand, during this time, distributed ledger technology, that was Ripple language, okay? That was XRP language, right? Again, that is him showing that he has knowledge of the space. There's no way he's oblivious about XRP at the time. All right. Now, I want to show y'all this. Give me 1 second. This is Bill Hinman. This is the law firm that he worked at. Okay. He actually left this company, or this firm, to go work at the SEC. Now, January of this year, he returns to Simpson Thacher. Okay. He goes back to work for this law firm. All right. This is what they write on their website. This is from their website. We are excited to welcome Bill back to the firm. Okay. William, Bill, same thing, but not the same thing. He is universally respected for his exemplary leadership throughout his tenure at the SEC and the depth of diversity and of the adversary experience he has developed throughout his distinguished career. All right. Chairman of, I guess that's the chairman of the company. All right. So this is him going back to this Simpson Thacher company or law firm, right? Now, let me show y'all this. Now, remember what he was saying. This is the Ethereum Alliance. All right. This is pretty the like the Ethereum Foundation. That's what this is. The Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Okay. Now, if we go over here and we look at the members, where is it? This is it. Hold on, y'all. If we look at the members and we come down here, what do we have right here? Okay. That's what we have right here. We got Simpson, Thacher, and Bartlett Limited Liability Partners. Bill Hinman was working for Simpson Thacher before he got to the SEC. Okay. While he's at the SEC, before he went to the SEC, he was working for a company that was partners with the Ethereum Alliance. All right. While he's at the SEC, he gives Ethereum a pass as being not a security. All right. This is what Ripple is saying. This is why they want to bring him into the courts, so they can pretty much hit the SEC in the head with this. All right. Rain God said, clear conflict of interest. Clear conflict of interest. And I mean, this is obvious. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is obvious. And like, yo, how can he do that to us? now, now you have Bill Hinman, who is clearly looking out for the interest of the law firm that handles IPOs and stuff. They pretty much do the underwriting for companies that go public, right? On the stock exchange or whatnot. Now, if we go here, they have a timeline. Now, Crypto Law is an awesome website. I like this website. So we have to bring up Jay Clayton as well, because Jay Clayton was the head of the SEC. And then you have Mark Berger is the enforcement division. That's the guy who, you know what I'm saying, when you get in trouble, you gotta holler at Mark Berger. Mark Berger coming to see you. All right. Mo, I appreciate the cashapp. He said for the research. Oh man, this slight work. We got it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one because I want to break this down so everybody can understand what's going on with Ripple with this lawsuit. All right, so Mark Berger is the person who enforces the rules. Bill Hinman was the guy who made sure you knew the rules. All right, that's why they want to bring him in for this deposition. Now, the courts already tried to like shut it down, and they fought and they got it. Then they pushed it back, and it got pushed back to the 19th. So, yeah. Now, this is the timeline, right? Now, check this out. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Now, man, this stuff all over the place. You don't even want to get into what they did in the traditional markets. Like they did the IPO for Alibaba, Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman. They did the IPO for Alibaba. We already know who end up running Alibaba. You know what I'm saying? Sir Abadeu, I appreciate you sharing the stream, bro. Thank you. Get back over here real quick. Now, this is the part that I want to bring up to you guys, right? This is what happened, okay? Now, again, let me see if I can open this up, because I'm gonna drop this in this link right here. Let me see. Wow, this actually takes you to the SEC. All right, so they have the speech here. Let me see. Uh-oh. So here we go. This is from the speech that he did, where he said, and putting aside the fundraising, right, the fundraising that accompanied the creation of Ethereum, based on my understanding of the present state of Ethereum, the Ethereum network and its decentralized structure, current offers and sales of Ethereum are not securities transactions. Okay? Now, understand what he said, because this is where it gets shaky. Because he pretty much said an asset can go from being a security to not a security. All right. That the asset can go from a security to not a security based on how decentralized everything is. Now, we know that Ethereum is set and due for an upgrade. And the upgrade, that part of the upgrade that the Ethereum maximalists don't want to deal with, is the fact that the miners do not want to do it. They want to keep the fees where they are. They're very profitable. They do not care about if it slows down the network or whatever. They don't care. And Vitalik Buterin and the people at the top say, we don't care. We are going to change Ethereum over to proof of stake. We are going to change Ethereum over. The Ethereum maximalists do not want to admit that that is a form of centralization, that the miners did not vote on it. That's how it's supposed to work. That the miners did not vote on this changeover, and they had no say in the changeover. Ethereum is centralized in that manner. I do not care what anybody says. There's no way you can go around that. If Vitalik Buterin says, I want Ethereum to do this, that is going to happen. All right. In fact, when Ethereum first started, the code got exploited. The code got exploited. And a lot of people who invested in Ethereum, right? Ethereum, they took a lot of Ethereum. Now, there was a situation that happened with Ethereum that Ethereum maximalists do not like talking about. All right. When that happened, they had to make a decision that, do they want to roll back Ethereum pretty much to undo the Ethereum that was stolen? Now, this is supposed to be immutable, irreversible technology. This was not supposed to happen. Okay? Ethereum, to protect their investors and everything else, the team at Ethereum decided to roll back the code to before the exploit happened. Okay? This turned a lot of people off. And until this day, the Ethereum maximalists do not want to admit that decisions are made by a small group of people. All right? Now, this is how you get Ethereum Classic. Because a lot of code developers, they really felt that the code is the code is the code, is the saying that they had at the time. And that you don't You don't mess with the code. That is what made Ethereum at the time. So the original Ethereum was the original code is Ethereum Classic. I'm going on a whole Ethereum history lesson right now, but let me get back over here. So let me get back over here real quick. That's a story for another time. But you have Bill Hinman here pretty much saying that, from my understanding, the Ethereum network is more decentralized now than it was in the beginning. So Ethereum is not a security. Yeah, Rain God. Yeah, they got a board. They got a board. The Ethereum Alliance Committee and shit. Now, all right, I want to get back over because I do want to point this out in the timeline right here, right? And this is what y'all have to know, that the person who was over the SEC, the head of the SEC at the time, on his last day in office, right? The SEC Enforcement Division, led by Mark Berger, filed the lawsuit against Ripple and its executive, alleging that XRP sales over 7 years were unregistered security trades. The complaint indicates all sales were illegal, therefore ensnaring millions of retail holders, that's us, who have never heard of Ripple but traded the digital currency for years. Now, a lot of people who hold XRP, they know about Ripple. In fact, if you don't know, XRP is not Ripple. XRP is the digital asset that works on the software of Ripple. All right. Rain God, I appreciate the cash app. He said for the Ethereum lesson. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Shout out to Mike Shimmery for the cash app too as well. He said for spitting facts, appreciate it. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that about Ethereum. Ethereum was exploited in the beginning, and they had to, rejigger the system to undo that. And a lot of developers thought that was wrong. They thought that, they should fix the exploit and keep it moving, right? They didn't want to roll it back. They felt like that was defeating the purpose of Ethereum. But, when them investors said, hey, y'all better roll this back. Y'all better roll this thing back. Because if y'all don't, y'all messing with the value of the Ethereum that y'all sold us. Okay, all right. I'm just, that's what happened. That's what happened. All right. Now, moving right along. All right. So on the last day when Jay Clayton leaves, here comes Mark Berger. Like, you know what? Since Jay Clayton gone, we finna come in here and file the lawsuit. All right. So now you got Mark Berger and Bill Hinman. Now, Mark Berger filed the lawsuit saying that, hey, these are securities. But Bill Hinman, who was over the division that makes sure that companies are in compliance with the SEC, has known about Ripple and XRP. All right. He's known about this. Okay. Now, I want y'all to see this. Now, Berger, like I said, is the guy who it was over the enforcement of the SEC. See if I can find it. Now, This is what happened with Burger. This is what happened with Burger. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, this is it. This is what happened with Burger. And I ain't paying for this. People crazy. This is Burger. Guess what happened to Burger? Let's see, hold on. Man, I'm not buying this. Hold on, y'all. I can just do this. I can just do this. This is what happened with Burger. The former acting head of the SEC's enforcement division, Mark Berger, is being hired by the law firm Simpson, Thatcher, and Burlett. All right. Berger went to the law firm with Bill Hinman. You know what I'm saying? You cannot make this up. Now, Mark Berger is not being implicated in the Ripple lawsuit because it wasn't his job to make sure that Ripple was compliant. It was only his job to enforce the rules. All right. He doesn't handle the governance parts. He don't make the rules. It's like if the police came to you and say, "Hey, you breaking the law," and you was like, "Hey, but look, I'm such and so said this was okay," and then the police just gonna tell you, "Hey, I don't make the rules. You're coming with us." All right. So this is why Berger is not being brought into court. Now, I done blew this up too much. Now, this happened April 15th of this year. It's incredible. Incredible. So you got Bill Hinman, the guy who makes the rules and make sure that everybody understands the rules. Then you got Mark Berger, who's over the division that enforces the rules. All right, that's what happened. Now, we did that. We found that the company that both of them ended up working with is part of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. All right. So, or what people would call the Ethereum Foundation. All right. Now, let me go over here real quick. But now, check this out. Remember, Jay Clayton was over the entire SEC. All right. Jay Clayton was he said the Kwame Defense Force ain't here. Nah. JP guy said Burger. Nah, this is crazy. This is how you know like something else is going on in the background. Now, this is the guy who was over the SEC, the guy that was on top of the whole thing. All right. He goes to do this. Okay. One River Asset Management, a $2.5 billion firm whose cryptocurrency funds are backed by a hedge fund, Titan Allen Howard, brought on the former SEC Commission Chairman Jay Clayton as an advisor, lending credibility to an emerging asset class that still lacks comprehensive regulation. All right. So this is what y'all have to understand. These people coming out of the SEC, Ripple has hired people out of the SEC. A lot of these people are going into crypto. All right. They are going into crypto. These people pretty much laid the railroad tracks for everything to run on. All right. So, yeah. Jay Clayton, the former head of the SEC, is in the crypto business. Darth Low, I appreciate the cash out. He said for the crypto stream. Yeah, the crypto streams don't do numbers, but you know, it's all good, man. I'm gonna make sure I keep this going because I know in the end, the last laugh is gonna be laughed very loud over here. You know what I'm saying? Very loud. So, I played y'all Bill Hinman pretty much making excuses for why Ethereum isn't yeah, we here, man. Hell yeah. Why Ethereum isn't a security. I played that for y'all. I showed y'all where he worked at before, where he ended up working afterwards, and who joined him. Okay. So this happens on the 19th. Bill Hinman is supposed to be going to court he's going to take the stand and he has to explain why Ripple is or why he didn't do anything about Ripple. That is that's what he got to do. Yeah, hit the like button. He got to go in there and explain why Ripple was compliant all those years that he was at the SEC. How come there was no clarity on Ripple? That's what he has to explain. And that has been set for the 19th. So 5 days from now. 5 days from now. All right. In 5 days, Bill Hinman is going to have to go before the court and explain why nothing was done about Ripple and how come they made it this far and done all this business all around the world with the biggest banks, the biggest central banks, the biggest money transfer companies, and you didn't lay any regulation. Okay. In fact, I'm gonna tell y'all something that a lot of people they not gonna tell you. I'm gonna show y'all this. Give me 1 second. Mm-mm. I want y'all to see this. Let me see. Do, 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 do. Here we go. I'm gonna find another source. I like the good sources. I like the good sources. Yo, what is? Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. Because I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see this. Because this is one of those things where he like, man, this is unbelievable. So I can't even find it, man. I'm gonna bring that up, but the SEC, whoa, whoa. The SEC pretty much ran a node on Ripple. The SEC ran a node on Ripple. That was back in 2019. Yeah, Alex Cobb. That was Alex Cobb. I didn't feel like going through that video to find it, but yeah, you can find it. They ran a node on Ripple. The SEC ran a node on Ripple. This is what I'm saying. Like this whole thing is just retarded. Now, y'all want to get to the good part? Y'all want to get to the good part? Let's do this. Now, while we talking about Ripple, I want to show y'all this. I want to show you guys this while we on the topic of Ripple before I go on to the next half of the stream. All right. This happened. Okay. Says Google to roll out financial tech services in Japan. Okay. Now, it says Google is making a foray into financial services in Japan by acquiring a cashless payment company for between 20 billion and 30 billion yen, approximately 180 million to 270 million. That's not bad. Nakai has learned. Okay. Google is in negotiations to buy all the shares in Pring, Tokyo-based cashless payment and settlement startup owned by Mizuho Bank and other investors. Okay, Mizuho Bank. Now, Google hopes to be able to offer financial services such as payments, transfers in Japan next year following the launches in the United States and India. Google's move into fintech services in Japan is the latest example of the tech companies using their strong online presence and vast database to become a one-stop shop for various services, including finance and shopping. All right. So this is coming from Nakai Asia. Says Google declined to confirm the deal. So of course they're not gonna let people know. But yeah. Now let's do this. Because I mean this is something you gotta understand. This is Mizuho. Okay. Now this is from 5 years ago. Mizuho partners with Ripple for cross-currency payment settlements. Okay, so what you just seen was a Google bought a company that was owned by a company that was a Ripple partner. All right. So there you have it. There you have it. This was 5 years ago. So yeah, if you sell your XRP, you're an idiot. In my humble opinion. This is not financial advice. If you get financial advice off YouTube, you're an idiot. If you do what YouTubers say, you're an idiot. All right, now let's get to the best part. Let's get to the best part of the stream, man. Okay. This is what I want to do with this. This is what I want to do. Yeah, dots being connected out here. Dots being connected. We got Peter Schiff. Okay. Let me do this. Let me do this. I will do this. I will do this. We got Peter Schiff. And we got good old Bitcoin maximalist Pompliano. Yeah, this content is for entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. For investment advice, consult with a licensed financial advisor. You idiot. Appreciate that, Darth Low. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin maximalism, Pompliano or Pomp is somewhere at the top of the mountain. Him and Mr. G, all right? They're all about the free market society, taking down the banks and the governments, and we the people, you know, this is our economy, not theirs, you know. They don't tell us what to do. We got Bitcoin. All right. that's Pompliano and Mr. G in them, right? Now, Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff is a legendary trader. He called the top of the last bull market and laughed at everybody who didn't sell. He is not pro Bitcoin at all. I thought this exchange was good because usually when people go against Bitcoin or doesn't see the value in Bitcoin at all, they don't have any alternative, right? Now, Peter Schiff is a old gold. That's what he is, old gold. He believes, well, I'll just play it here in a little bit, but before I do that, this is the Logic Sphere. I am your host, TipTycity. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share it with your favorite Bitcoin maximalists. All right, here we go.
So when you start to think about Bitcoin versus gold, would you ever consider, I know that you're not a fan of Bitcoin, we can get to why, but would you buy the Bitcoin mining stocks because there's cash flow?
No.
Why?
right off rip. No. Mining stocks. Mm. Damn.
First of all,
Wait, why?
First of all,
It's
the
cash flow,
Bitcoin
it's a
mining
business.
stocks. First of all, let's look. They don't mine anything.
What
There's
are you
no
talking
mining
about?
equipment there. They solve math problems. But
You know, Peter Schiff, he hey, Peter Schiff don't care at all. Peter Schiff does not care at all. Peter Schiff said, mining, you mean solve math problems? So Peter Schiff, he an asshole with it. I ain't gonna lie. Peter Schiff an asshole. Hey, Peter Schiff say, yo, why you calling it mining? Like, stop. Like, yo, Peter Schiff is disrespectful, dog. Yeah, Peter is legendary with anti-Bitcoin. Yeah, Peter Schiff is one of the few people that I truly believe when he says, I don't own Bitcoin. I truly believe him. A lot of people say they don't have Bitcoin, but I'm pretty sure they got some. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. But Peter Schiff has been 10 toes down from the beginning, clowning Bitcoin, dog. And he does it in a way where, as you can see, he fucks with people. Like he trolls people with it. Peter Schiff is a Bitcoin maximalist troll, dog. You know, look at the look on Pump's face and look at the look on Peter's face, right? He's sitting here like, are you kidding me? Mining stocks? It's not even mining, you know? He's a gold person, like real talk, like, oh, you mean mining like as in gold? Real mining, you know? So, yeah, Peter Schiff is an asshole, man.
the problem is they use a lot of energy to solve those problems.
Uh-oh. Bitcoin's energy consumption.
But I wouldn't want to buy any of these things because when the price of Bitcoin crashes, these stocks are worthless because it's going to cost more to mine them than you could get for them. So no, I mean, what I would be doing if I was a company, I would be selling stock to any fool who's going to buy it from me. I'd be like selling new shares, doing secondaries, just trying to dump all it out there. But I don't have any shares.
Fair use, fair use, fair use. Once again, the energy consumption of Bitcoin is coming to question. There is no rebuttal for that. You hear people talk about, the Lightning Network and all that. No, what does it take to get new Bitcoin?
What would it take for you to buy Bitcoin? What's the one thing in the economy or any sort of financial markets that you would finally say, all right, enough is enough. I won't tell Pomp that he was right, but I'm going to go put a little Bitcoin away. I'm going to put it under the mattress, not tell anybody about it.
Well, how much you talking about play money? Like I would buy a lottery ticket or something?
But have you done that yet? Have you?
Yo, he pretty much said, you mean like $5?
Have you even speculated a little bit? Bought even just one just for fun? I mean, you're almost a billionaire.
I have bought a couple of lottery tickets in my life, though.
Well, did you buy Bitcoin as a lottery ticket yet?
No, I haven't bought any Bitcoin.
All right. So
Yo, real talk. We talk about legendary trader. When you want to talk about disciplined investors, like a lot of these guys, they really don't believe in Bitcoin, and that is like their investment principles. You know what I'm saying? They sticking to it. Like, I don't believe in that. I'm not going to invest in it. All right. These guys are become millionaires and billionaires because you got to respect it, whether they feel like you or not. Excuse me. They don't take the gambling approach, right? They don't take the gambling approach. And that's funny that they made the lottery ticket analogy. Like some of these guys, they really disciplined like that. Like, I don't believe in that. I'm not investing in it. All right. Mo said Peter Schiff tried to get it out the mud. Yeah, pump trigger like a motherfucker, man. You know? And this is what you got to understand. Like a lot of people, they don't get into things because they're dumb or they're ignorant to it. Some people, they learn it, they understand it, but they don't believe in it enough to invest. All right. This is where you become a disciplined, mature investor. So a lot of people who are not in crypto or not in Bitcoin, they really just sticking to what they know. And I don't have anything too much to say about them because what they know has gotten them way more money than I've ever gotten. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna come in here and change Dan Pena's way of making money, Peter Schiff's way of making money. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna come in here and just start changing their ways of making money? No. You know, so this is another thing too, is that some of these guys have more money than the Bitcoin maximalists. So when they laugh at some of them for buying Bitcoin, like Bitcoin is a joke, like it hurts, you know. It hurts because now you're in a position to say, well, you just don't get it. You're dumb. And they're sitting there like, oh, well, this whole thing is about investing. And so far, if you look at the scoreboard, I'm winning, you know? So yeah, that's just something that you got to take in, fam. You know, everybody is not going to be jumping into investments and shit like that. But again, when regulation hit and it's not a speculative asset like it is now, like I told y'all, nobody knows the true value of Bitcoin. If they tell you they do, they are lying. Okay. Speaking of that, the inflation report came out either yesterday or today. Over 3% inflation rate on the year. Now, I believe that the inflation rate for like the last 10 years have been somewhere around 2%, 1.5 to 2%. Based on that, okay, based on that, all the assets used to hedge against inflation should have taken off. That's Bitcoin for one, and precious metals for a second. The price of gold did not move after the inflation numbers came out. All right, I gotta pay attention because these gold guys will tell you that you need to go and buy all these kilos of gold and kilos of silver because hyperinflation is coming. So far, I'm not seeing it. All right. So far, I'm not seeing it. If you can show me where gold is just taking off because they've printed more money than ever. So theoretically, gold should be at the highest price that it's ever been. All right. Same thing with Bitcoin. If you want to keep it G, if you want to be honest. Anyways, let's continue on.
I haven't bought any. What would cause you to buy some?
People have given me some Bitcoin or fractions of a Bitcoin, but I lost them all, as you know.
Yeah. Well, you didn't lose. Just so we're clear, you didn't lose them.
My son has actually bought some.
You didn't lose the Bitcoin. You lost the password, which is user error.
I lost access to them. Right. Yeah. I know where they are. I know, but I just can't get at them.
Holding on to the Bitcoin is an intelligence test. If you lose the password, it can't help you. Right. It's like losing the password to your brokerage account. So
now, now peep this. This is not even a unique situation. Like, people wanted these guys to understand Bitcoin so bad back in the day that people were giving them Bitcoin. All right. Alex Jones got a bunch of Bitcoin from, was it not Rod? It wasn't Roger Ver. It was Max Kaiser. Max Kaiser gave Alex Jones a lot of Bitcoin back in the day because they wanted these guys to understand it. They wanted people to understand Bitcoin. It was just giving it away. Now you got Peter Schiff here like, yo, I know where the Bitcoin is. I just don't know how to get to it now. If he really felt how he felt about Bitcoin, why not just pass that Bitcoin to somebody else and see if they can get into it? That is kind of sketchy.
Sorry,
I never had the password to lose. That was the problem.
All right. What would it take to get you to buy one Bitcoin? Just one Bitcoin where you actually took dollars and converted it to Bitcoin. What would be the thing in the market that you would finally say, all right, I got to do this?
Well, look, right now they're what, like 33,000,
Fair use.
34,000. I wouldn't want to waste $34,000 on a Bitcoin. So
34,000, not a good deal.
You know, I mean, I could buy a lot of other things with that money. I mean, I suppose if the price got cheap enough, maybe if it got back, I don't know, below $1, maybe I could buy one. I don't know.
Damn, he said Bitcoin got to go to $1 before I jump in. Bitcoin got to go to $1 before I jump in. Now, if y'all remember, why can't I remember the guy's name? We had another guy, George Soros' partner, remember? He said damn near the same thing. Like, I missed Bitcoin at $1. I missed it. I missed the boat at $1. Like, those dudes, they don't want to win just a little bit. They not trying to take, you know what I'm saying? They trying to kill when they go in. Like, look, I need to make 3,000 times my money before I even get in. You know? Yeah, pump laughing. pump laughing until they pull that 51% attack. He said, I hate when people say one BTC, the denomination doesn't matter. You can get any decimal. Yeah, you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. JP said it's pain behind that laugh. Yeah, that is pain. That's what I said. Look at Peter Schiff. He know, like, y'all motherfuckers, man. Y'all don't even know. It's funny. It is funny until that 51% attack come, until that goddamn, you know, until they bring out that big public government blockchain and they taxing the shit out of Bitcoin. And it won't be funny.
But the question is, you know, would I want one? See, this is the thing. I mean, if you can say, oh, I talked to a lot of these Bitcoin hodlers, and they're like, oh, yeah, I would want to buy so many more. Really? If it really got down that low, wouldn't that be a signal? I mean, is there a point, you know, for you? Bob, you're asking me when I would buy my Bitcoin. I mean, I don't really know because I'm not interested in it. But the real question is, what will it take to get you to sell? I mean,
if gold went to $500, would you buy more? If gold went to $500?
Well, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, sure. Yeah, sure.
But here's the reason why. Because gold is an actual commodity.
Uh-oh. Now, here we go. You know, Peter Schiff, free market society, financial rebel extraordinaire.
Is it?
And so, Yes.
There's a lot of fake gold. I want to talk to you about fake gold. I saw on the internet that there's all kinds of fake gold
in space.
Yeah, well, so fake gold doesn't do what real gold does. I don't know if you know. So if
but
you
how
try
do you know?
gold doesn't have the properties.
How do you know you have real gold? Are you a chemist? Are you testing it?
Yeah, it's not. That's part of the law.
That's a good point. I wonder how much fake gold is out there. That's funny. The economic collapse goes down, Black Swan event, and people running around with fake gold. Can you imagine? Oh yes, I'll trade you. I'll trade you some bread and for some bread and ammo. I have some gold shekels. Then it's like, yo, this ain't even real, fam. Yeah, Rain Guy. He asked him if he was a chemist. The proper on that would be metallurgist. Chinese banks got caught with fake gold. Damn, man. Man, is it time to start putting the Chinese in there with the Nigerians and the Arabians? Is it time to put the Chinese in there? I mean, when it come to scamming and whatnot, man, they up there with the bootlegging. Yeah, gold be cut like dope. Yeah, hell yeah. The Chinese always get left out when it comes to bootlegs and counterfeit shit, man. They the masters of it.
Lies that the Bitcoin pumpers tell is that it's hard to know real gold from fake gold.
Well, how do you
They've been
tell?
able to tell real gold from fake gold for thousands of years, and they didn't even have any technology. It's so much easier to tell the difference between real gold and fake gold now than we were on the gold standard. So this
fair use.
This is all a bunch of nonsense. But to answer your question, see, since gold is an actual commodity, let's say I am a jewelry manufacturer, and I know I got demand to make jewelry.
Which by the way, is less than 10% of all demand, and demand for jewelry has been dropping. But go ahead.
No.
Fair use.
Yeah, I don't know who you're dating, but anyway. So if the price of gold goes down to $500, and I'm a jeweler, I'm like, whoa, I can buy a bunch of gold that I need much cheaper to make these necklaces or these rings or these whatever.
Fair use.
And so there's going to be more demand, right? If I need gold in my computer chips and all of a sudden the price goes down, now I can buy more gold for the same money and put them in my chips and save money. I'm going to buy more, right? There's a way.
Fair use. You know what? It's a lot of precious metals in cell phones. And I didn't know that too. I seen those cell phone drop boxes where you could take your cell phone, and when I looked it up, he said Nigerians get caught. When I looked it up, there's it's a lot of silver, and lithium and all kind of stuff in cell phones. I was like, I didn't imagine it was that much in there to where, people can put their phone in a machine and it'll give them money for it. He said he dodged the fuck out the question. Yeah. How do you tell then? Peter Schiff sitting on a bunch of lead coated gold, a bunch of gold plated lead. That'd be funny.
To rationalize that, like if I have a stock, I talked earlier about a stock. Let's say there's a stock that I love at $10 a share.
Tokenized stocks is coming. It's a story that I wanted to cover too about Stellar Lumens. They pretty much on top of this. I'll talk about that next time though.
And it's got a 5% dividend yield at $10 a share. If the stock drops to 5, and now or it had a 5% dividend, and now it gets cut in half, and now the dividend
Fair use, fair use.
is 10%. I get twice the dividend yield by buying it at half the price. Whatever value of the assets was there, all else being equal, I can buy those same assets for half price. When it
Fair use. Yo, listen, this is traditional stuff, not my cup of tea.
comes to Bitcoin, I don't get any more when I buy Bitcoin at 10,000 than when I buy it at 30,000. Yeah, I get more Bitcoin, but I don't get any more dividends because it doesn't pay any dividends. I don't get any more rent like when I buy real estate on sale.
Uh-oh.
And I can't make any more jewelry because I've got more Bitcoin, because you can't make anything with a Bitcoin. Doesn't matter how many you have. I can have all 21 million Bitcoins and I can't do anything that I couldn't do with just one. Doesn't matter how many you have. But the more gold.
Yeah, I don't understand that logic, because you could definitely do a lot more with all the Bitcoin than you could do with just one.
You have, the more electricity you can conduct, the more jewelry you can make, whatever, all that stuff you could do. And so there is no way to know that Bitcoin is cheap because there's nothing to measure it against. So
yeah, it is something to measure it against. It is called the US dollar, my friend. In fact, the fact that you know that it's worth 30 something US dollars is proof of that.
My question to you is, you think Bitcoin is going to be the new money? It's going to.
Uh-oh, here we go. Now, cover your ears, you free market society guys. Cover your ears, because Peter Schiff is about to go in there. All right, Peter Schiff is about to go in there. Now, cover your ears. All right, Peter Schiff is about to lay this out, and he's not going to be nice about it. You can see Pompliano is already, he knows it's coming. He can feel it coming. Y'all know the saying, the banks got the tanks. The banks got the tanks. And Peter Schiff is about to take the sword and put it right through Pomp right now.
Replace gold, replace other financial assets.
What already replaced gold? Just so we're clear, it already replaced gold for people under the age of 35. Nobody owns gold under the age of 35.
It hasn't replaced gold in the real world.
Under 35, man, I ain't even gonna front. I do want me a nice Cuban link necklace. I don't care, like solid gold, bro. I'm under 35 and I needs that. You know what I'm saying? I also need a 19028 reference Rolex Oyster Court. I need that. The Egyptian pyramid model. Solid gold. I needs that. I don't know what you're talking about. There are gold things that I still need. You know what I'm saying? Peter Schiff finna go ahead. Peter Schiff finna go in. Let's go.
It hasn't replaced gold in jewelry. It hasn't. The central banks still own gold as part of a monetary asset. They don't have.
Uh-oh. Peter Schiff coming through with the bank talk.
Sellers in Q4. Go ahead.
Yeah. But you believe that all this stuff is going to happen to Bitcoin, and it all hinges on, more adoption. Just like we talked about Social Security being a Ponzi scheme. It's
fair use.
Kind of the same dynamic.
You're talking about gold, right? Gold's price only goes up if more people want gold, right? Isn't that how it works?
But people want gold for all the properties that gold has.
But it's demand based. The only reason why any asset, the only reason why any asset goes up is because it's demand based. If more people don't want Apple stock, it goes down. If more people don't want gold, it goes down.
Now he don't even understand that applies to Bitcoin as well. It does not matter what the supply is. In fact, let me tell y'all something. The supply of Bitcoin, okay? The supply of Bitcoin, how do I say this? Because I want to explain it in a way where it comes off as easy. The supply of Bitcoin is shaky because you have options trading going on Bitcoin. So that is settled in US dollars. All right. So to break that down would be you can pretty much bet on Bitcoin with fake Bitcoin, right? That is not part of any supply. That bet, so to speak, is paid out in US dollars. All right. I think only the CME and like maybe a couple others actually settle options trading in Bitcoin. So you have this big market where people are trading theoretical Bitcoin. See what I'm saying? And the supply doesn't change, but the volume changes, if that makes any sense. I probably did a horrible job explaining that. But when people start talking about the supply of Bitcoin, you got to understand that there's fake Bitcoin being traded. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you understood that. I know it probably went over a lot of people's heads. It went over my head the first time I heard it. Okay, Notorious, you say you understand it. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people, they don't get that. You know, they and this is another point that Bitcoin maximalists don't want to they don't want to understand that. They don't want to understand that. Salman said the same with the GME shares. Right. That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter what the supply of Bitcoin is if people are betting on the price of fake theoretical Bitcoin. He said, would options trading really affect the price though? Yes. He said, wrap Bitcoin. I gotta do some more research on that, JJ, on the cool, because they got like wrapped Bitcoin, then you got G Bitcoin, then you got Bitcoin that's part of different packages and shit. Because you have Grayscale, the Bitcoin that's used in Grayscale is not. It's labeled as something else too. Like all of this stuff is recent. I'm not even up to game. I'm not even up on game, to be honest. But yeah, options trading really does affect the supply, not the supply, but the price. He said coins tethered to BTC. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Rain God. Coins tethered to BTC. I believe they have like a certain amount of coins that would equal a Bitcoin. Yo, it's just they doing a lot of crazy stuff. He said with options, you got to buy back real Bitcoin shares to cover. It's a I forgot what they called it, but yeah. I'm gonna do some more research on that because it's a lot of y'all don't understand how manipulated this market is. This market is extremely manipulated. It's all kind of funny business going on.
If more people don't want Bitcoin, it goes down. That's how the markets work. It's called supply and demand. I'll send you an Economics 101 book.
If people want to buy Apple products and Apple's earning a profit and paying a dividend, well, people will want to buy the stock. Now, obviously in a different environment with higher interest rates, they may not be willing to pay as much for Apple stock as they're
Fair use.
paying now, but there will be demand at some price for Apple stock. That's not the case with Bitcoin. I mean, at gold, even if you don't want to buy gold at 1,800, you might want to buy it at 1,000 because it may be a good deal for what you need it for.
I think Pump should be able to beat these gold arguments,
But Bitcoin is not a commodity and it's not an investable asset. It doesn't have a use and it doesn't throw off an income stream.
Yo, these guys, it's some guys who go very hard on Bitcoin. Very hard on Bitcoin. I would never say Bitcoin didn't have a use case. And I would never say, what do you say?
It only goes up if more people want gold, right? Isn't that how it works?
But people want gold for all the properties that gold has.
But it's demand based. The only reason why any asset, the only reason why any asset goes up is because it's demand based. If more people don't want Apple stock, it goes down. If more people don't want gold, it goes down. If more people don't want Bitcoin, it goes down. That's how the markets work. It's called supply and demand. I'll send you an Economics 101 book.
If people want to buy Apple products and Apple's earning a profit and paying a dividend, well, people will want to buy the stock. Now,
fair use.
Obviously in a different environment with higher interest rates, they may not be willing to pay as much for Apple stock as they're paying now, but there will be demand at some price for Apple stock.
Fair use.
That's not the case with Bitcoin. I mean, at gold, even if you don't want to buy gold at 1,800, you might want to buy it at 1,000 because it may be a good deal for what you need it for. But Bitcoin is not a commodity, and
yeah, I would never say it's not a commodity.
It's not an investable asset.
And I would never say it's not an investable asset. I would never say that.
It doesn't have a use and it doesn't throw off an
income. And I wouldn't say it doesn't have a use.
Income stream. So again, to get back to the question I'm asking you, you think that Bitcoin is going to continue to be adopted and more institutions are going to buy it, more people around the world are going to start using it. What if that doesn't happen, right?
Uh-oh.
At some point, so let's say Bitcoin crashes to 20,000 or then 10,000 or then 5,000, right? Is there some point where you all right, I was wrong. It's not catching on. The momentum is.
Yo, listen. Yo, Peter Schiff is very abrasive with it. What up, Mike? Mike said lines of code are beating hard metals. I want all the smoke, Peter. Rain God said if Pump believes in other coins, he could have mentioned staking. You can still get an yeah, man. Hey, listen. That is, and that's a good point you bring up, Rain God, because a lot of Bitcoin maximalists don't understand that different use cases beat these arguments, but they get stuck with Bitcoin. So you mad said play the Pump and Brad interview. We may do that. We may do that sometime here in the near future. Here in the near future, we may do that.
Turned. I'm just going to give up on this. I'm not going to go down with the ship to zero. Is there a point where you get out?
I mean, what if unicorns fall from the sky, right?
No.
Listen,
bro.
That's a crazy thing.
If it continues
Bitcoin going to 10,000 is not crazy. Bitcoin was at 10,000 a year ago.
Yo, listen. I have to understand, man. Everything you hear is not FUD. Everything you hear is not FUD. A lot of emotions get brought in, and then people look at reality as FUD. You know? When you start talking about, well, unicorns can come out of the sky. Unicorns, like, why are you talking about unicorns, right? Because unicorns happened last year. You never want to be this delusional. You never want to be this delusional, fam.
To say that Bitcoin can't go back to 10,000 again is ridiculous.
Well, you're proving my point. Hold on.
If it does,
Bitcoin
does it change your view?
So Bitcoin was 10,000 a year ago, and now it's at 35. And for Bitcoin to go from 35 to 10, about 70%, 75, whatever the number is, right?
Yeah, I'm saying,
that means that we would just return to prices not seen since last year. If gold fell 75%, it would be numbers from literally 30 years ago. No, it wouldn't change my mind. Here's why it wouldn't change my mind. Ready? Everything that you say about the economy, I think generally you and I agree, right? We agree that the Fed's lost their mind. They're manipulating markets. People are getting hurt. Nobody understands that they should be investing rather than saving. All the things that you say about the economy, we agree on.
Now, understand that all of those will be catalysts for Bitcoin's price to be way higher than what it is right now. Pump is making a bad argument.
You and I both also agree that sound money is the solution, right? We can't have money that can just be printed at will because politicians or other folks decide that we're going to do that, or we're going to manipulate those markets. And so sound money is the solution. There's
but
two
Bitcoin
options.
doesn't qualify as sound money.
Well, okay. Well, just so we're clear, sound money is the definition of sound money is that it's outside the system and no one can create more of it. And so gold and Bitcoin.
Well, first of all,
fair use.
Tom, do you know the origin of the word sound money? Do you know where it comes from?
It's not a spelling bee, but go ahead, tell me.
Well, so if you take a gold coin and you drop it on a hard surface, it makes a sound. As opposed to when you drop a piece of paper on a surface, it doesn't make a sound. So hard money makes a sound when you drop it. What's the sound that Bitcoin makes when you drop it?
Peter,
do you hear anything?
This is like,
yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, Peter is an asshole with the shit, man. You know, Peter shit for a whole, he an asshole with it. Yo, Rain got that razor blade slide, man. Shout out to Lionel, man. You know, take profit at the top, man. You do not want to ride that razor blade slide down to the bottom, man. Mike V said if gold loses 70% and the market crashes, if Bitcoin loses 70%, HODL gang is hurting. Yeah, people who don't take profit, man. I mean, you can HODL all you want. HODL. I'm telling y'all right now, if I see anything over a 2x, 5x, you better believe I'm taking. You better believe I'm taking profit. Mo said Peter playing right now.
Blockbuster saying to Netflix, "Oh, you have no value because when we drop the VHS tape on the table, it makes a sound." That's ridiculous.
Now, Pump just made a argument against Bitcoin again, where he said Blockbuster got taken over by Netflix, not understanding that the outdated technology of Bitcoin makes Bitcoin Blockbuster.
Difference. See, when I can,
but like we just said, you know, when you're a Bitcoin maximalist, you're stuck. You know what I'm saying? Literally 2008 technology. Like the Model T of cars is what you're doing.
watch a video, that still has value. Watching a video on television, I mean, on the internet,
let's do a race. All right, hold on. We're going to settle this
because we going to Blockbuster.
We got to go in a minute. We got to go in a minute.
We're going to can't make anything with Bitcoin.
Here's
Bitcoin
my challenge
has
to
no
you.
Substance.
Here's
fair use.
My challenge to you. Ready? You want to see what has more value? You send me a gold bar, I'll send you a Bitcoin, and we'll see who gets there first.
No, that's irrelevant because I can, first of all, I don't have any Bitcoin to send you.
No, you send
Right off rip.
me the gold bar. The gold, I mean, you can put it in the mail. It'll take you 7 days to get it to
Yeah,
me.
but I would be sending you something real. The reason it's so cheap to send Bitcoin is because you're sending nothing. If I'm
Uh-oh.
going to send nothing, yeah, I can send nothing real cheap. But come back to this question that I'm asking you, right? At where do you throw in the towel on Bitcoin and say, no, you're wrong, get rid of it? I mean,
Man, you know what? That is a good question. I'm gonna ask Mr. G and them that. Like, what price does Bitcoin have to get down to before you say, you know what? It's time for me to look into something else, or I missed the train, or something like that. Now, I do believe in the short term, not the near short term, but I'm gonna say in the medium term, that Bitcoin is gonna go up. Mo said, I think everyone in the media is going to argue over BTC and Ethereum. Then the financial industries jump on the useful tech. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we finna get out of this utility phase, and I mean, not the utility phase, the speculation phase, and go into the utility phase. That's what's about to happen. Utility is about to start dropping the price, and then that's when you're going to see the decoupling from Bitcoin, because some of these assets are going to actually be needed as underlying technology and underlying assets for a lot of enterprise.
if it's not 10,000, what if it goes to 1,000? If Bitcoin is at 1,000, if we're doing an interview in the future and Bitcoin is 1,000, are you going to say, well, if you bought it when it was $1, you still have 1,000 times your money? So
Peter,
it's the best performing, or are you going to admit you were wrong?
The difference is that Bitcoin is going to be the global reserve currency.
Yo, listen. Pump drunk the Kool-Aid, man. Pump drunk the Kool-Aid. Yo. Pump drunk the Kool-Aid. He don't understand. The banks got the tanks. Pump. Yo, you don't understand. Bitcoin is gonna take over all the governments.
On Bitcoin and say, no, you're wrong, get rid of it. I mean, if it's not 10,000, what if it goes to 1,000? If Bitcoin is at 1,000, if we're doing an interview in the future and Bitcoin is 1,000, are you going to say, well, if you bought it when it was $1, you still have 1,000 times your money?
Peter,
so it's the best performing, or are you going to admit you were wrong?
The difference is that Bitcoin is going to be the global reserve currency.
Bro, you cannot help but laugh. The global reserve currency.
Because nobody can create more of it. And
now, that's actually an argument for gold. If you want to just keep it a buck. That all the gold is all the gold. You know, you have to mine it and mine it. But there's a set supply here on Earth.
And it is already becoming the digital reserve currency of that digital economy.
Yo, Pompliano, man, this dude funny, man. This dude funny. What did he say? He's smoking crack? Yeah, he on some shit. Brandon said he ain't too deep. Hey, listen, man. Hey, your boy said, Bitcoin is going to be the global reserve currency. He said it with a straight face too, man. Listen, look at Peter Schiff's face right now. Look at Peter Schiff's face right now. Peter Schiff like, yeah, buddy, you're right. Hey. Peter Schiff sitting there like, it sure is, buddy. Like I say, it sure is. It sure is. You know what I'm saying? Peter Schiff is man, listen, man. Peter Schiff rolling right now. He said, man, if you don't shut your goofy ass up.
And the whole key to this is the reason why you're so worried about price is because gold will never be the global reserve currency ever again. It's over. We're not going back to a gold standard.
Now, I agree that we're not going back to a gold standard, but we're not going to a Bitcoin standard either.
But there is a much higher likelihood that we transition to a Bitcoin reserve status. And when that happens, the U.S. dollar exchange.
Look at Peter Schiff is rolling. That's what I'm saying. He like fucking with people.
Exchange value doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter because just one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Here's the problem with the gold thesis is that they printed trillions of dollars. Every asset in the planet, literally Beanie Babies went up.
Right, but see, now we talk about fiat. This is where pump start going off the rails.
Up in value. And gold didn't go up in value in the last 12 months.
Yes.
So gold today is worth less than it was last year because it didn't even keep up with inflation. If I was holding gold, my gold didn't even keep up with inflation.
Yeah. That's because we have a bubble in everything. Gold is money, right? So you have a bubble. Stocks are overpriced. Real estate is overpriced.
Fair use.
In terms of money, gold is not currency. Gold is actual money. Currency was backed by money. The first legitimate currency was a receipt for gold. Gold was the money that backed up the currency.
Fair use.
That's what gave currency value, was that it was backed up by gold. Now, fiat currency is currency backed up by nothing. That's like what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is backed by nothing.
I would never say it's backed up by nothing either. But it is funny.
Has no actual value. When you say that they're not, there's a limit to how many. There's almost 11,000 cryptocurrencies now. I mean, the supply is growing, like wildflower. There is no limit.
Brandon, I appreciate you passing that donation over to Umar, dog. Thank you. We appreciate that over here at the Logisphere. He said Bitcoin to the moon. Yeah, we here, man. Teddy said gold and silver is real money. Okay. Country's already dropping the dollar. Yo, Buddy said, it is going to be the world reserve currency. I
limit to the number of virtually identical cryptocurrencies that can be created, and they keep creating them. And you think there's a limit to 21 million Bitcoin. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. It doesn't even matter how many Bitcoins there are. It matters is how many other cryptocurrencies could people buy instead of Bitcoin, because there's nothing special about Bitcoin other than the name. And it's
Peter Schiff be going in, dog. Peter Schiff. Damn.
It's not even that special because you got Bitcoin Cash, you got Bitcoin Gold, you got whatever, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that.
Uh-oh.
I mean, what's the difference? There really is no difference when you basically, take a step back and look at what you got. The odds of Bitcoin becoming the reserve asset for the world are zero.
Hey, make no mistake. Make no mistake. Peter Schiff is on the other side. All right. He's on the other side. Peter Schiff is saying, look, listen, snap out of it. Hey, snap out of it, dude. That's what Peter Schiff out here. Peter Schiff out here said, yo, will you stop? Knock it off. That Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff over here said, knock it off. Hey, knock it off. All right. We get it. World reserve currency. All right, you got it. Shout out Slim. What's up with your boy? Peter Schiff over here, Damn. These Bitcoin maximalists, man, they getting it bad now. It wasn't this bad in the beginning. You know, Peter Schiff was like by himself at the time, but now you see more people starting to say, hey, you know that idea you had about world reserve currencies? Bitcoin is not going to be a world reserve currency. Sorry.
It's never going to happen. That's a fantasy.
Now, keep in mind, Pompliano was talking about unicorns from a situation that happened last year. You know, Peter said, "Hey, look, Bitcoin becoming the world's reserve currency will never happen. The thing you said will never happen again happened last year."
Peter, I love you. I just want to remind you of one fact as your friend, because I feel like it's important that you remember this. If you had sold your gold and bought Bitcoin in the last 12 months or when you first heard about it, you would be a billionaire today.
Well, look, if I had put all of my net worth into Bitcoin when I first heard about it, not your whole net worth,
net worth, just you had replaced your gold allocation with Bitcoin allocation.
Yes, I would be a billionaire if I did that when I first heard about it.
Or in the last year.
Fair use.
If you did it in the last year, you'd probably still be a billionaire.
That applies to a lot of people, not just me. Probably applies to you. When you first heard about Bitcoin, if you put all your money in it, you'd probably be a billionaire too.
No, I'm not talking about all your money. I'm talking about just gold. All right. Before I let you go, I appreciate
It's true. Because I ain't gonna lie. When I first heard about Bitcoin, they was giving Bitcoin away to sign up for newsletters and shit. I couldn't wrap my head around the shit, you know? I couldn't grasp the concept.
You coming on while you're on vacation. Nice hotel. You got a nice shirt, hair combed, looking great. Where should we send people? What's your Twitter account? Where do you want us to send people?
Well, my Twitter account is half the size of yours. You got over 1 million followers now. But I know a year ago, I think I had more than you, or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Bitcoin left gold in the dust, and I left you in the dust.
Yeah, but you know what? Just let's see what happens over the next few years. But
where can we send them?
You can follow me on Twitter, Peter Schiff. I finally got verified, so maybe I'll do better now that I got the check mark.
Yeah.
Anyways, y'all know the deal. That was so yeah, that's your boy Peter Schiff, man. He out here, Peter Schiff straight like that, He said that would have been the only response. He said Pump didn't say I'm a billionaire. If Pump wasn't a maxi, he could have taken some of those arguments. Yeah, real shit. Yeah, Bitcoin maximalists, man. Like, listen, man. It's a lot. Like I said, he got over 1 million some subscribers. It's these Bitcoin maximalists, like, it's a lot of people who they really, and that's why I don't think the price of Bitcoin could like go down below 20K like that. You know what I'm saying? Not in the immediate short term. I don't think that it could go below 20,000 because people really as long as that narrative is out there, people are going to pay over 20 grand for Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? People are going to pay over that much for it. So, yeah. Once again, this is the Logic Sphere. I am your host, TipTycity. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the share button. We went over the Bill Hinman deposition of the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. Then we went over some Bitcoin maximalist content, which I'm going to do more of that because you got to understand, like, people believe in Bitcoin so much. So we did that. We showed some Ripple news about Google buying into fintech over there in Japan. He said that XRP Ledger is a game changer. The end game, absolutely, Teddy. All the money. Hashtag zeroed out. You know, the XRP Ledger is. I mean, how many articles do you have to see? Like, how much? Like, yo, if you go down the XRP rabbit hole, you'll just be like, God damn. Like, what is the end game? The end game is not going to be small. That's what you find out. You be like, yo, when all this stuff is said and done, like, there's no way they laid all this groundwork all around the world over all these years to make a small impact. So once again, if you sell your XRP, you're an idiot, in my own opinion. Okay, you can sell XRP whenever you want, but as for me, you'll be an idiot. All right. So, and boy said we gonna be very wealthy. Yo, listen. That's why I just sit back. I'm laughing because a lot of people are going to be wrecked. They're going to be wrecked. All these social media influencers talking about Ethereum and Bitcoin all the goddamn times. Like, yo, these people are going to be wrecked. Wrecked. You got people, I remember after the first bull run, a lot of them Bitcoin maximalists, yo, listen, a lot of them Bitcoin maximalists, they straight up came out and I forgot his name, Hart. What's his last name? Hart, the dude who created Hex. He came out and straight apologized. He was like, look, man, I was so focused on Bitcoin, I missed out on the ICO craze. I told people not to buy Ethereum. I watched Ethereum go from 5 cents to $1,000. I was like, damn. And he was like, I had to face all those people that I told not to buy Ethereum. It's like, sheesh. He said in 3 years, do a weekly stream called Millionaires Only. Yeah, start a Patreon. I got the Patreon, $100 a month. Just to keep the people who didn't listen out. Just to keep the people who didn't listen out. Remember we was trying to tell you? Remember we was doing them streams? We only had like... Techie, what's happening, man? I appreciate the 5 on it. He said, salute on the review. I've been working while listening, fam. Oh, that's what's up, Techie. I appreciate the support, dog. I appreciate all the support, man, because... Oh, man, my phone died. If anybody send me a cash app, I'll definitely shout you out on the next live stream. He said, I bought more on the dip. Yeah, keep buying, man. I'm watching the ISO stuff, man. Like, all of those on that list. XRP, XDC, XLM. I'm finna start stacking Solana and IOTA and Hedera Hashgraph. You know what I'm saying? I'm just stacking those up because I already know. So, yeah, Rain guys, like, man, we was over there, man. We only had like 40 people watching. That's what it was when VeChain was at 0.004. It was under half a penny when we was over here talking about VeChain. VeChain ran to 19 cents. I go back and watch some old crypto streams because I need to start doing that again, is to start going over the market. So just to like document the prices of what's going on in the market. But I go back and watch some old streams. I was like, damn, man, we killing it. That's why I don't care that Bitcoin's at 30-something thousand. Bitcoin was 3,800 when we was talking about it over here. You know? He said, just wait till I dump my retirement money into ISO and the Ledger Protocol coins. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm waiting for Grayscale to open up that option again because I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna do. I'm gonna roll my 401k over again because I did it once already into Grayscale. I'm gonna do it again. He said we're gonna be laughing at this in the future. Yeah, hell yeah. All this stuff but like I said, the sheep are not gonna even know that this technology is working in the background. They're not even gonna know. They're gonna be so happy, like, oh man, we get our money every day. But I was talking to Ohim earlier today, and the way that is shaping up is you're gonna have digital assets and money and stuff like that. It's gonna be so heavily regulated that is gonna be like the money for the elites. You know what I'm saying? All this digital dollar, digital euro shit, that's going to be peasant money. It's going to be money for peasants. You know, when they get when they get the what do they call it, man? Oh man. Not stimulus. Am I tripping? Oh, am I tripping? Oh man, I'm tired. But yeah, when they get the stimulus checks, he said, "Do you think Odyssey Library gonna recover?" Library might recover. What he was calling that, man? I'm tripping. It's not a stimulus. Oh, I'm so tired. It's totally escaping me. Where Mike V at, man? Mike V, what's it called whenever you have to get money to live off of? What do they call that? I'm tripping. I want to say the word, but I got it just stuck. UBI. There we go. Boom. What's that? Welfare. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna that UBI is gonna hit. It's gonna hit that bank account. They're gonna be so happy with these digital dollars. It's gonna be just enough for them to live off of and shit. And all of that shit gonna be moving on top of Ripple, on top of all these protocols. Yeah, stifling all that shit, man. Yeah, it's gonna be poor people money. You don't want that. You want the underlying assets behind this new system. Yeah, that's gonna be. It's like, yeah, I got this much of this. I'm gonna cash out 3 of them and live on this for a year. That's what it's gonna be. He said I got like 3K on library just for my videos. Damn, man, I need to get over there on library. Said you can see they starting with the child tax credit. He said I'm playing that Big Daddy Kane song called Mr. Welfare. Yeah, call him Mr. Welfare. Nah, it's yeah, I can see it happening like that, where it's like, oh my, like you got digital dollars on your shit. But anyways, man, y'all be safe out there. I'm tired. I can't even think straight right now, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Tomorrow, I don't know. Tomorrow, we'll get into some. I got something that I wanted to do today, but I knew I wasn't gonna have time, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Again, if y'all want something to look up, go look up PayPal Mafia. Look up the PayPal Mafia and look up the digital currency group. Go look that up. You know, if y'all want to go get into some deep rabbit hole stuff, go look up the digital currency group and go look up the PayPal Mafia. All right. He said, when you linking up with Oheen again? On Friday. I'll be over there Friday. What's today? Hey, Wednesday. Yeah, me and Oheen, we're gonna link up Friday. We're gonna talk about some stuff on Friday. But I'll catch y'all later, man. I'm finna crash, man.